Hello everybody, hope you are doing good and safe. The name is Preejo. So there's a question asked here by DT Next. The question is, what habit have I picked up since COVID pandemic? What habit have I picked up? Okay, so I don't even know if it's a habit. Yeah, I don't even know if it's a habit, but I think it's more of a perspective. But but this is what is on top of my mind right now. So before COVID pandemic, my perspective was whenever I see a problem, my perspective was okay. There's a problem in front of me. It doesn't impact me. It doesn't affect me. So okay, there's nothing I can do about it, and someone will do something. It's not my headache. That's how I was saying that was my perspective. But now after COVID pandemic, whenever I see any problem, any issue, I'm like, okay, there's a problem in front of me right now. It impacts me directly or indirectly, or it impacts people around me. So I am part of the problem, and if I take some initiative, if I take ownership, then I'm also part of the solution. So that's how I started seeing. So that was like one major perspective change or habit change. And this actually began last year, COVID 2020, when lockdown was announced. There's a time when you get to go to the provision store for an hour or two. You can pick your stuff and quickly get back home. And there's a time when there's a lot of stigma and fear also. People just quickly go and get things. They're all in a hurry burry and then just get back. So there was this homeless lady outside the store, and nobody were really focusing her, and she also was very old and malnourished, and she, I would probably categorize as the decade old homeless person. And so I decided to pick a bread packet for her. I picked a bread packet, and while leaving the store, I was about to give it to her, and then she said, do you have for yourself? Do you have for yourself? Do you have for your family? I heard there's not much of stock available, so it's okay. You keep it. I don't need this. I was like, I was like, I was shocked, and that was like one major trigger point for me. I mean, this is a homeless person, and she's old and malnourished, and she doesn't have any food, doesn't have a roof over her head, and still thinking about me and my family, and do we have food for ourselves. So that empathy, that compassion she had was just crazy, and that was a major trigger point for me. And after that, I got into COVID relief work last year, and I was on ground. I was helping homeless people and people who cannot afford food and provisions. I was taking care of them. So I was doing that for 3+ months, and I didn't stop over there. After COVID, whatever problem issue I still saw, like I got into animal rescue and adoption fostering process, and I got into beach cleanup. Whenever I saw any problem, any issue, I just told myself, hey, there is an issue, okay. Instead of washing our hands, there is something I can do. Let me just start doing it. So I just get into it, don't really think too much, and I start doing it. And just by taking some initiative or ownership, I saw change happening, and that change went on to help many people, or animals, or the environment. And not only that, I also saw a lot of people wanted to be part of this journey. They were encouraged, and they were inspired. They were motivated to be part of this journey, and they were motivated to do other things as well. So this was like one big thing. Not only it helped people, but also many others also were interested and encouraged to do the same thing. Even this code work, be it last year or this year. I have done all this work not just by me, not just self, but it completely happened because of all those people who helped, supported and amplified and contributed. So this is like one major perspective habit. So where I consider myself as part of the problem. I take initiative, or I take ownership, and then I also become part of the solution. So this is like one perspective habit which I've changed. And even now, so I'm actually from Chennai. So this COVID second wave, I was serving in Chennai since I started April 23rd, and was helping people with regards to medical emergencies and bed admission and everything, whatever was possible on ground. And I was doing that until last week in Chennai, and then Chennai things became better. Whereas Coimbatore, the cases were rising, so then I traveled this week to Coimbatore and been shuffling between Coimbatore and Nilgiris. Now, right now I'm in Nilgiris. Here the cases are increasing, and I'm here, just trying to do whatever I can do. Now I'm not saying this to not to boast or flatter, but this entire journey and experience has been so fulfilling, and has made me really kind and empathetic and compassionate, and also the satisfaction I get in seeing the satisfaction in people I help. It's just an amazing experience, and I really wish all of you can experience this, what I'm feeling, and that's exactly why I'm asking if you all can also change your perspective, change your habit with regards to this, because we all have this default nature. Whenever something goes wrong, our default reaction is, okay, they did it, she did it. We point hand at others. We point hand at our family, our friends, people around us, society, government, politicians, whatnot, right? So that's the default nature. We always point hand at others. We always blame others. So instead of pointing hand at others, instead of blaming others, I think it's high time we should point hand within and ask ourselves, is there anything you can do? And consider yourself as part of the problem. And just by taking small steps, small initiatives, by taking ownership, we'll also be part of the solution. So it would be great if all of you can do this, or at least that change in your perspective. If that happens, I think I'm sure there'll be a huge difference and change in the society we live, and we all can lead much better lives. Not just one person, but I guess everybody together. So that's the habit I picked up. So I hope you also pick interesting, positive habits and make a difference in society. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, DT Next, for asking this question. These are my thoughts. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Be happy. Thank you. Bye-bye.